What's the fastest way to make money in the Indian car market? Simple. Start selling a compact SUV. This segment of cars has been on fire for the last few years. It has the most neck-to-neck competition that you won't find in any other segment. Manufacturers are literally going to war. Everyone is trying to roll out better cars than the others by offering more and more features. But in all of this crowd, only a few of these cars are worth buying. And today, we are going to be talking about the top 4 of them. So the first car on our list is the Kia Seltos. The numbers it has done in terms of sales is no less than impressive. To give you an example, 9,000 units of the Seltos were sold in January 2021 alone. That's a lot of sales for a car of that price. Coming from a country like South Korea, from where we have already experienced Hyundai, people were excited because we were finally going to see the battle between two of the best Korean automotive companies. And as expected, as soon as the Seltos entered the Indian car market, it went past through the Creta so fast that Hyundai didn't even get the time to catch up with them. Reason? Well, the design spoke for itself. There is no chance that you won't turn your head once to see this car. It doesn't look like that wannabe robotic face cars that seem to be flooding the market. And the balance of features and comfort has allowed Kia to get an advantage, because in this segment, keeping a balance between these two aspects is not easy. And the one who manages to balance these things simply wins. Also, everyone had formed an image of Kia in their mind from their international products, and the customers knew that Kia makes reliable cars. And as Indians, we love cars that require minimal maintenance. Another reason why the Seltos won the Indian market. Now, as we all know, a car isn't just about the design. It's about the little things inside the car as well that go unnoticed when you're driving the car. For example, the engine, the little attention to details, the brakes, the suspension, and whatnot. The sales number of the Kia Seltos indicate that customers really like this car. If I stand at a red light, I am pretty sure that within minutes I would spot a Kia Seltos on the road. If we talk about the impact this car had on the market, I'm pretty sure that it was one of the very few cars that shook the segment when it was launched. Other manufacturers had to get working on their existing models because the Seltos outclassed all the compact SUV at its time. The Seltos has its con. It's not the best in terms of safety. Yes, it does not have a wide reach across India as Kia is relatively new to the Indian car market, but overall, it is a very good car. Now we come to the car that used to be the star of the segment before the Seltos arrived in India. The Hyundai Creta. When it was launched for the first time, I immediately became a fan of the car because it had such a great design. It had looks, comfort, everything, and it did feel like a proper premium car on the road. It was a decent car, on the road and off the road, but as time changes, so does competition. And to stay in competition, manufacturers launch different generations of their cars. The same thing happened with the Creta. The goal of the second gen Creta was to regain the title of being the best car in the segment. But unfortunately, it's far from being the best car in the segment. The design is not as good as it used to be. Features are good, but there are a few fields in which Creta has gone down. For example, its handling is worse than the Seltos. Too much hard plastic has been used inside the car, which ruins the premium feel that you used to get in the Creta. All around, it's a good car, and I fully believe that Hyundai will be able to get back to the top of the segment as they used to. On number 3, we have the Renault Duster, the car that is and has always been the off-road king. It's probably the only car in the segment which can do off-roading all day long without breaking a sweat. I have always been a fan of this car since it was launched. Its wide stance and its tank-like body build have always been the points of attraction for the Duster. Also, it's the perfect Goa car for 5 friends because of its practicality and wonderful ride quality. Now the Duster is the very car that gave Renault some traction in India. Before the Duster, Renault wasn't as famous of a brand compared to what it is now. In this all new generation, the one thing that I liked the most was that Renault kept the silhouette of the car the same. They retained that design. Secondly, the engine is powerful and it is not loud. That's a win-win situation. There won't ever come a point when you will feel that the Duster is underpowered. Next up, we have the handling factor. Body roll has been very well contained, and the smooth flowing design certainly helps in making the drivability dynamic. The Duster still has a few cons though that I would like to point out. Firstly, the car feels outdated from inside. It needs an update. Secondly, it doesn't have the features to keep up with the top contenders of the segment. To sum it up in a nutshell, if I were in the market looking for a car from this segment, I would probably go with the Renault Duster. Lastly, we have the MG Hector, which is without a doubt the most controversial car of this segment. Why? Because when MG was entering India, there was a lot of buzz going around on the internet regarding what MG has achieved in the automotive world and how the Hector is going to crush every other car in the market and create a segment of its own. Everything was going good for MG until the issues start coming out, and it came out at a rate that no one expected. Some Hectors caught fires, some customers received poor after-sales service from the brand, and some were pissed off to a level that they labeled the car as the donkey car. These things ruined the brand image to a very large extent, but the Hector is not all that bad. It has some good points and bad points just like every other car. The good points being space and comfort it provides, the engine performance, suspension, braking and a few other things. There are a few bad points like the small tire size, the huge body roll, the gearbox and too much use of complex electronics that have a very high probability of failure. The one thing that I can advise you all on is that never buy a car when it is just launched. The first and the second lot of the car are usually the ones with the most defect, and until these cars are not sold and tested by the customers, their real issues stay undiscovered. This is just my observation that I have seen with almost every mass manufacturer out there. I'm pretty sure that in the future, the Hector will keep getting better and will most likely emerge as the best that the segment has to offer. So everyone, that will be all for my top 4 picks of the compact SUV segment in no particular order. Do tell me which one was your favorite in the comments below. I trust you liked this one. If you did, then do share it with your friends and do consider subscribing to Motordrift for more such content in the future. Also, join in the Motordrift community by clicking the Discord link in the description below. I would love to have you as a part of it. Till then, ciao.